YouTube, what's good? NFL Week 12. We have at least 2 plays for you this week, possibly 3. Hey, we're just going to be diving into the first pick. Before I get into it, if you're new to this channel, plus 5.58 units in starting it last year. So while you're here, please like the video, subscribe to the channel before you lose me in the algorithm and you're stuck tailing losers. So let's get into it. First play of the week. We are going to be going with the Indianapolis Colts money line, plus 155 on the road at Kansas City. I know everybody's scared of Kansas City, even though they only have a 5-5 record. You know, there's just that name value there. It's the fact that their track history, their track record, that they've been in the Super Bowl, 5 out of the last 6 years, something crazy like that. And people just aren't ready to pick the Colts to win this game. Personally, I'm there. I think the Colts win this game. I think the wrong team's favored in this game. Yeah, I get it. It's at Arrowhead, and that can make a difference. But if you just look at the data this season, the Colts have been better at almost everything. And I think people are just having a hard time with the name values. If you were to show the Colts and Daniel Jones stats for this year and Mahomes and the Chiefs, and you hid the names, you hid everything, and you just had to pick which team's going to win this game, blindly seeing the numbers, you'd go, oh, no brainer, this team's going to win. Is this the Chiefs? And then you see the reveal, and no, it's the Colts. The Colts are the better team this year. Like I said, they're better almost at every category statistically than the Chiefs. Their rushing attack is unbelievable with Jonathan Taylor. And they have some upside potential that we haven't seen yet by acquiring Sauce Gardner. If he could actually play like Sauce and not like Ahmad, like he kind of did last week or the week prior. And there's a chance Travarius Ward's coming back, who was their number 1 corner before then. So there's a chance their defense gets a lot better too. So we'll see what that looks like. Aside from just looking at the stats, let's look at the kind of the spot here and why I also like this situation. You know, the Chiefs, I get it. Everybody thinks must win, must win, must win. The Chiefs, they're going to get the best Chiefs. They have to win this game or they're probably dead for the playoffs, so they're going to win, right? I would argue that last week was a lot more important. Like, last week was the must-win game, in my opinion. Like, I really wanted to bet on the Broncos last week, but I didn't because that was a spot the Chiefs had to win that game. Like, that was a game because they're not trying to limp in as a wild card 7 seed, play every game on the road. They're going into last week, they're still trying to win that division. They still had a real chance of winning that division. You look at the odds last week, the odds are basically 50-50 between the Broncos and Chiefs to win that division. That was the game they had to win. And guess what? They came up short. They didn't do what we're used to seeing the Chiefs do. And they really have had multiple scenarios this year where the Chiefs just haven't been that normal Chiefs. Look, certain key players are getting older. The old line isn't playing as well. A lot of the young skill players are hit and miss depending on the day. And look, there's a lot of tape on Mahomes and what he likes now over these years, and defenses are doing a better job of playing him. So I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying they haven't been as effective in years past. And I just think it's telling that they weren't able to pull out that win last week, and that makes me question, what this Chiefs team really is. Mentally, they're probably feeling a little, I get it, they're the Chiefs, but I still think mentally they're feeling a little bit confused right now on, man, how are we going to fix this? So I don't think they're going into this game with that certainty that, oh, we got the answers to the test here. We're just gonna magically pull this out. I think there's a little bit going to be some hesitancy about their identity. I think they're probably going to be trying a little bit of new things. I just don't expect it to just be a smooth operation. I think they're trying to still figure this thing out this year, and they're not rolling on all cylinders yet. So I think there's going to be an element of hesitancy as they try to figure out their identity this year still going into this game. And on the Colts side, I think Shane Steichen is one of the best coaches in the league. Offensively, he's just an absolute sniper, always calling really good plays and just setting his team up to be one of the most efficient offenses in NFL history so far. And look what he's turned Daniel Jones into, who was an absolute nobody before coming to Indianapolis. So just unbelievable coaching job. Now you get this really high IQ coach coming off a bye week. So he's had 2 weeks now to study Spags' defense, study his own quarterback, because the past couple weeks hasn't been as smooth for Daniel Jones. So he's been able to self-scout a little bit here and see, okay, what is, and I think it's a good thing that Daniel struggled somewhat these past couple weeks, because now it's given the coach some film on what Daniel's weaknesses are. So he's had that opportunity to not have to play a game and to scout his own quarterback to figure out, okay, I need to patch this up with Daniel, yada, yada, yada. And I think that bye week couldn't have came at a better time after 2 not as exceptional performances. Because if Daniel just puts a great product out every week, there's nothing to really scout. It's like, okay, perfect job, man. Perfect job, man. Now we got a little bit of adversity. Oh, okay, I see some things we need to do a better job with. So what normally he would struggle with if the Chiefs were showing him those looks for the first time, I expect him to be more ready this week. So I think all that adversity came at a good time for Coach Steichen to figure it out ahead of time and kind of adjust. And I expect a better Colts offense this week than we have seen the past couple weeks. And the Chiefs, man, they're not coming off no bye. They're coming off the most must-win game, divisional game of the season, where they didn't even have time to look ahead because they had to give literally 110% to Denver, and they still came up short. I just think this might not be the Chiefs' year. I think there's a real chance they miss the playoffs. It is what it is. It's just, I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs many times following this year, but sometimes even great teams have a year where it's not in the cards. So all these factor in place, man. I think there's value on the Colts at plus 155 money line. Look, you could say worst case scenario, it's a 50% win rate in my opinion, but I do think it's higher than that. I do give the Colts the edge to win this game, and I do actually think they will win this game. Obviously, far from a guarantee. It's football. It's gambling. You watch these games. I can't take another one of these defensive pass interference deciding a game, a referee deciding a game. So that's why I kind of lose my mind betting these games. But just looking at a pre-flop, I like the Colts. Anything can happen with these refs, with fluke plays. I can't control that stuff, guys. Sorry. But we're going to go, to make it official, we're going to go Indianapolis Colts money line. Plus 155 is the number I got, and we're doing it for 1 unit. So that's the first play of the week, guys. We will probably have 1 or 2 more plays posted. I already have another play posted on my Twitter at Karis Football, so go check me out there if you want to see the plays ahead of time. And until the next video, throw me a like, subscribe if you like the content, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, peace.